Coach. Congratulations on the win, and got to use it to get some experience, get some people some work in the system. And let's take a look here. You got 4 guys that score in double digits tonight. Roe Johnson just barely misses one, but I think it's the minutes for Quinn Cooper tonight, for Donovan Ross, for Todd Nelson, and Darren Populus being able to dump in some points tonight.
Sure.
That really kind of gets guys some feel and some touch here tonight that are going to be valuable down the road.
No question. And, you know, it would have been very easy to kind of play your top guys in Roosevelt and Brandon, but, you know, I really was trying like the Dickens not to play them. Brandon ended up playing with 29 minutes, which is too much. He should have played no more than 20 tonight. Roosevelt, because of fouls, only played 22. But, you know, I even though the game was a 12 and 14 a lot, and we really couldn't quite put it away, I stayed with Todd Nelson for a minute. I went with Quinn Cooper for a while, and I thought about trying to maybe bring in another guy quickly, missed a shot or two, but I thought, you know, unless somebody gets some minutes here, these supposed shooters we have, they're never going to get into the flow of the game, and I just kept him in, feeling like if anybody was going to throw one in, it was him, and he did a pretty good job tonight and was an extra score besides Brandon and Pop. Roosevelt, you knew was going to give you something. And I felt bad for Jan Petrovic. I wish I could do something more other than just challenging him right now to play better and harder. But, you know, he just wasn't very effective tonight and floating around. And Donovan Ross, we just kind of had to go down right at the basket, sit in and jump over him, which we could do all night. It was like some big mystery. And in the second half, I challenged us to play from the inside out, play at a better pace, and have more energy. It seemed to me that our energy was lacking in our 4th game in 9 days. We were very flat. And but as you pointed out in your opening comments, decent balance tonight. It just was kind of an ugly game. There wasn't much beauty to it at all. Very few moments of creativity in anything we did, and that was difficult to watch.
Well, if one of the things you can take out of it, as you're saying, energy may be waning a little bit in this stretch, but against an NAIA ball club, your free throw shooting, while it hasn't been great, improved a little bit tonight.
It's
70%. So
yes.
You take that with maybe the energy fading a little bit, and an NAIA opponent were able to concentrate enough to dump in a few more free throws tonight.
Well, and getting to the line and concentrating, and that's something we're certainly kind of emphasizing every day. You know, tomorrow will be a lighter day. We'll have some guys who didn't play a lot of minutes get some individual work and try to sharpen them, stay sharp and do some things like that. And everybody will come in and shoot free throws. We have to do some academic work, and then we've got a full day Wednesday, and then we've got a short break until Thursday night. We'll practice Thursday night and get ready to go up to Western Kentucky. But it was good balance tonight, and it just, as I said, you know, when we went to the offensive glass for the first half, nobody really did anything imaginative as far as finding position, fighting for position, spinning into position, jumping, being at all creative in the zone attack. You know, it's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen a matchup zone, and I thought we had it under control. I thought we were in pretty good shape as far as that was concerned, but we seemed to look at it and struggle, and to their credit, they really controlled tempo nicely. They didn't turn the ball over too much, and they ran their stuff well, and we just kind of couldn't get into a very good rhythm, and broke away with some athletic moves. 1 or 2, you know, Brandon had a creative moment on the break, and Donovan missed the dunk. Mike had a creative moment where he really just used his speed and kind of felt and got something. And 1 or 2 times maybe we had timing on a play, timing on the inside. We got Antonio on the backside. But whether it was defensive or whether it was offensive boards or passes or catches even, we just seemed to be flat. We stumbled around. And thank goodness this was the next game on the schedule. And we need some appropriate rest, but we need to continue to get better because we've got 3 games coming up in about 2 weeks that are going to be very important to our program and our season.
Yeah, and speaking of that next one, you got Western Kentucky coming up, a Sun Belt Conference program that's a pretty even match, I think, when you compare these 2 ball clubs, even though, you know, think of Western Kentucky as a pretty solid program, and I think you match up well against them. So
I think they're the winningest mid-major program in history, and they're the only one, I think, besides Indiana State, before Indiana State that had made a Final Four back in the 70s. Yes, Indiana State, if you look at mid-majors, they're the winningest mid-major program in history. And that's the difference between where they are and where our program is. They're young, they're inexperienced, they don't have tremendous size, they play in the Sun Belt. Like we mentioned before, we've played ULL in a scrimmage, we've played ULM in a game, we have some Sun Belt experience we feel pretty good about. And yet the fact is right now I see our team struggling with our identity a little bit. They'll play hard and at home and they'll feel good about the fact that they've got Western Kentucky across their chest. We have to get to a place where we believe we belong on another level, because I do believe that the talent is there. We probably are lacking a little inside, but the perimeter talent and the system we run is all right there. But do we believe that? And tonight you could just see kind of more question marks on guys' faces than decisive actions, decisive intentions. And that's the problem is, if someone doesn't step up, we're going to put a tremendous burden on Brandon Fortenberry. We're going to wear him to the nub, and he's not going to have anything left for us at the end of the year. And I've seen teams do that before. So other people have to be able to step up. Quinn Cooper's a nice offensive threat, but Quinn is, he's got to get better defensively. But tonight he was able to hang and do what he needed to do, and he was a nice addition. Pop's been very steady. So I hope we find the chemistry we need.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and best of luck on the road after the Thanksgiving break.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and we'll see you guys a week from Wednesday. Louisiana Tech, arguably since 1995, the best opponent we've had in this building in about 15, 16 years. So hopefully people will come out and support us on that night.
All right, thanks, Coach.